My name is Andrea Graver. I'm a Young Living distributor and I'm a wellness advocate, and I want to welcome you to Winter Wellness. Just wanted to jump right in and talk about the topic that we're discussing tonight, which is how to brave the long winter months with staying above the wellness line and keeping your immune support solid through the entire long winter months when we encounter a lot of extra germs and extra things that challenge our wellness and our immunity. So just want to talk about a couple of things that can decrease immunity just on a daily basis. All of this information, by the way, comes from a Young Living Diamond. His name is Dr. Jim Bob Hagerton. I think he has an open page called Essential Oil Community, EOC, and you can look it up on Facebook and you can follow him, and he is an excellent resource for wellness. So most of this information is from him with just a little personal tweaks here and there. So anyway, things that can decrease your immunity on a daily basis. So let's talk about what those are. The first thing that is probably the most common this time of year is sugar. Sugar from about Halloween all the way to New Year's, we eat more sugar in that amount of time than we do probably the rest of the year. So I don't know if you know this or not. I didn't know it before, but just 1 tablespoon of sugar, if you ingest that, just a tablespoon of sugar, which is like a little mini candy bar, or maybe if you add like a tablespoon to your coffee, just that 1 tablespoon can decrease your immunity for up to an hour and a half after you eat it. So if you think about how much sugar we have in our diet, like how much sugar is in soda or how much sugar is in a Starbucks drink or something like that you would have on a daily basis, just think about the amount of tablespoons of sugar you're consuming and how that's going to decrease your immune system for up to an hour and a half afterwards. The next thing is less sleep. Definitely during the holidays, we're busier, we have more active schedules, our kids are busier, we have church programs, we have parties, we have just a loaded schedule. And all of it is, well, a lot of it is good. Some of it is good quality time with family, some of it is time with friends, sometimes fundraisers, and so we're supporting good causes this time of year. So your schedules are really packed full, and a lot of it is good things. But as a result of that, we get less sleep. So less sleep, I don't know if you know this or not, but it does decrease your immunity. The average adult needs about 7 to 9 hours of sleep, or 7 to 10 hours of sleep. The average child needs even more than that, like 10 to 12 hours, they say. So you definitely want to be aware that if you're not getting that full amount of sleep, at least 7 or 8, up to 10 a night, that's going to decrease your immunity, and more for kids. Kids need it even more. So unless your child is like 12 or older, they need still 10 to 12 good hours of sleep each night. If they don't get that, then their bodies are going to have a decreased sense of wellness. So you definitely want to be aware of your sleep and be sure that you're getting to bed at a decent hour and getting that full amount of sleep at night. Another thing that can cause decreased immunity around the holidays is family stress. This is an emotional wellness marker. A lot of people, they go into family gatherings, they maybe see people that they don't have the best relationships with, and so there's that tension, that anxiety, that maybe anger comes up, or depression, or some of these kind of emotions. So that's an emotional wellness marker for decreased immunity. So you definitely want to be aware of that when you're going into those family situations. You want to be prepared for that. You want to have, process through all your emotions. You want to process it through with your spouse or your family members, so that you'll be prepared for those times of decreased immunity, because you're dealing with all of these added emotions. So another thing, this time of year, it's winter and we have extreme weather. Extreme weather can definitely, be a decreased source of immunity. You definitely want to stay on top of congestion and coughing and runny noses and all of these things that could cause your body to just be fighting off all these extreme weather symptoms. And lack of sun exposure, lack of vitamin D. Most people are vitamin D deficient. So that's definitely something that you want to add into your diet if you don't already have that. And you usually don't get enough of that, or you usually can't get enough of that in your diet if you drink milk or you have a source of vitamin D, but that's fortified vitamin D. But if you don't, you want to add that in as a supplement. So lack of sun exposure is definitely something that can put you below the wellness line. So be aware of that. Another thing is excess alcohol. We definitely have more of that flowing around the holidays with all those parties, all of that, those family gatherings. Dealing with the stress of family, we sometimes have excess alcohol. So be aware of how much you're drinking, and definitely be aware that also with added calorie intake, from alcohol and from food and from that added sugar that we talked about earlier. So you definitely want to, if you're going to have extra calories at a meal, you want to be aware of what you're drinking then on top of that. You don't want to add a bunch of sugary beverages, cider or punch or, alcohol or, all those holiday Starbucks drinks that I love. I'm super guilty of drinking those all the time. That's going to decrease my immunity. So if I'm adding calories on top of that, it's just too much for my body to be able to digest. So you definitely want to be aware of, if you're going to have added calories, don't be drinking your calories. You definitely want to consume those because of the way that your body breaks that down. So, and then we're all indoors. So that's the last one that kind of, that can definitely add decreased immunity to your body because you're inside, you're around all these other people that have decreased and weakened immunity. So you're going to be sharing germs, bacteria, coughing, all of that fun stuff. So with all of that said, that's really exciting and adds up to a lot that you're fighting off during these long winter months. So what can you do to help your body out? Well, first I want to talk about just what creates stress in the body. And so there's a couple things that can add stress to your life. And it's either you have a lack of the right things, good things, or you have too much of the bad things. So we've kind of talked about a little bit of both of those. But let me delve into it a little bit deeper. So if you have weakened, if you have too much of a bad thing, it's going to be a toxicity. So too much of a bad thing is a toxicity. And then you can have not enough of a good thing. So that's going to be a deficiency. So both a toxicity and a deficiency are going to contribute to stress in your body. And so what does that look like on a practical level? So your body is made up of different parts. So you have like your chemical makeup. So a toxicity for you chemically could be sugar. If you have too much sugar, that can be a toxicity in your body, and your body needs to expel that to be able to be at the optimum wellness line. Also, a toxicity could be gluten if you are gluten intolerant. So that could be something that your body needs to work harder to process. It's a toxicity and it puts you below the wellness line. So any kind of allergens or food sensitivities, those would be toxicities to you chemically. Also, a deficiency chemically would be what we talked about earlier, which is like vitamin D, any kind of vitamin C that you want to be adding in to help you stay your body to fight off, provide those antioxidants to fight off the free radicals that are going around in your body. You definitely want to add in C during the long winter months. You want to add in vitamin D. So those kind of things chemically, if you don't have enough of those, then they can become a deficiency. Also emotionally, if you can have toxicities and you can have deficiencies. In toxicity emotionally would be what we talked about with the family stress, that or maybe it's financial stress. This time of year it's a huge toxicity to have financial stress weighing on you because you have extra expenses and maybe not more income coming in to cover those expenses. And if you haven't prepared and you haven't budgeted for that, then that could be something that causes emotional stress. And also a lack of support, that can be an emotional stress as well. So all of those, and then physically you want to watch your your exercise. You don't want to like work out with an injury or something, but you also want to be sure that you have meaningful movement. So that could be something physically, if you don't have enough of it, a good thing like exercise and cardio that gets your heart rate up, or meaningful movement that helps your joints and provides that synovial fluid and that kind of thing working through your body, then you'll have a deficiency in that. So you definitely want to be aware of those things. So what do you do to kind of get rid of the toxins and to provide your body with extra support? So with sugar, less is more. We've already talked about that. So you definitely want to be aware of how much sugar you're consuming. Eat plenty of real food every day. Real food is going to provide enzymes that your body will use to help you digest, to aid in digestion. And it's something that's very, very beneficial for your body to have. So you want to be sure you have plenty of fruits, vegetables, all of those whole grains, all the things that are going to provide enzymes for your body to help aid in digestion. Drink more water. In the winter, we get dehydrated faster, and so you want to drink more than, you're supposed to drink twice your body weight in ounces, and so you want to drink even more than that in the winter months because you dehydrate faster and you don't even realize it. So drink plenty of water. Also intentional movement throughout the day. And we talked about that a little bit. Yoga, stretching, cardio, strength training, all of those things. Just add it in. If you feel like you're not going to have enough time to work out, just add in plank for a minute, or do squats while you're preparing dinner, or just add in intentional movement throughout the day. And then the last thing I would say that would help your body out emotionally, on an emotional level, is self-care. You definitely want to be making a gratitude list, focusing on the things that you're grateful for, focusing on self-care. Get a massage, have time for yourself, get enough sleep, practice things that are meaningful to you, reading scripture, and meditating on good things. So those are things that I would say that would help you to purify your body, detox it, and also to supply your body with the nutrients and things that it needs to keep you going. So that's what I would recommend for that. Now, I just want to talk about just a couple things that, for me, I use Young Living products that are wellness. They have a complete wellness line. And there are several essential oils that I use, and then there are some supplements that I use that really are beneficial to my body. So I just want to tell you about a few of those really quick. One is Thieves Vitality Oil, and this oil is one that has many different singles in it, but it's going to provide, if you take it internally, it's going to provide you with immune support that's outstanding. Also, frankincense Vitality is going to be able to be used internally, and also for additional support for your body. Any of your citrus oils, tangerine, this is lemon vitality, I drink it in my water, are going to provide a detoxing effect on your body, and they're going to be beneficial to get rid of some of those, flushing those toxins out so that you can then nourish your body with the right things. And then Melaleuca tea tree oil is also beneficial. But really, any essential oil is going to provide you with antioxidant support because they're plant-based. So always be aware of that. Now, some of my favorite supplements, I love my supplements that provide me with immune support. This is the first one. This is Ninja Red. This is a superfood drink. It's going to provide me with antioxidant support. It helps balance blood sugar. It's going to help me with weight management. It fights free radicals in the body, provides cognitive support, and supports and supplies nutrients to every system in your body. So it's pretty powerful. It tastes delicious. It has the superfood Ninja Wolfberry, in it, and it tastes delicious. It's very smooth tasting. It comes with, it's formulated with like 9 different fruit juices and oil blends, so it's amazing. I just drink 1 to 2 ounces a day, and it provides my body with additional support. Super C, we talked about supplementing your body with vitamin C. Super C is excellent for children and adults. It's chewable, so it's going to provide antioxidant support. It will support you cardiovascularly, and in immunity as well. Multigreens. Multigreens is formulated with bee pollen and Pacific kelp, and it has a variety of greens in it as well. It is excellent, excellent, excellent for your body, and for immune support, cardiovascular support. It's excellent. Life 9, you always want to have a probiotic for digestive support. It's excellent. Life 9 is formulated with 9 different strains of what is it? What is it? I don't know. The 9 different strains of the, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Bacteria, but that's, yeah, we might want to cut that off because I don't know. And then inner defense. Yeah, I don't know if I have time to talk about this or not. Inner defense is, it's formulated with 7 different essential oils. It comes with rosemary, eucalyptus, clove, cinnamon bark. I can't remember all of them, but there are seven different oils. It also comes in a beeswax capsule that's going to help aid in that digestion of those oils. But inner defense is going to provide you with immune support. So those are my supplements that I use on a daily basis to help my body stay above the wellness line, and the oils that I use too. And for me, they really, really do help me through the winter months, especially Ninja Red. So you are going to see some slides now that are going to walk you through just some of what I talked about with what I use for immune support in the winter. And we'll just help you understand a little bit more about what Young Living is as a company, a wellness company, and an essential oil leader in the industry. So I appreciate you guys so much, and thank you for listening in tonight.